So starting off this mini-series on communication with people and relationships, I always think that the first thing that you need to do is to be happy with yourself. And what I wanted to do is go over again with you, for those that have seen me do this before, the way that you create your reality and the way that you create your results. Because if you can change that, if things aren't working for you, then you're going to be able to be in a great place to communicate and have those relationships. Whoops. So, if you remember, this is called the Model of Communication in NLP, and it underpins all of our behaviour and our results. So we get huge amounts of information coming in to our brain, so it's something like 2 million bits of information per second, and we can only deal with 7 plus or minus 2 per second, so it's a huge drop. And the way that we filter that down is by using our emotions and our memories and any negatives and positives that we've got hooked onto those, our values, so what's important to us, often created in the first 7 years of our life. Beliefs, so whether our beliefs are empowering or whether they're limiting. And in order to have a belief, you need to have made a decision. So something will happen to you, maybe in a relationship, maybe with your parents, maybe in work, wherever, and you'll just make a split-second decision, which then turns into a belief, which drives your reality. Also, the language that we use to ourselves and to other people is really key. And I'll also be talking about meta-programs, which are unconscious filters about how you do things that you're probably not even aware of. So those cause you to delete, generalize and distort. So deleting, there's lots of things happening in this garden, butterflies flying around, cars on the road, that I'm not actually taking any notice of. I'm also generalizing, so from my experiences I've labelled some things and I generalize what's going on around me, and then I distort the rest. So because I've got these memories, experiences, values, beliefs, decisions, I will have different version of reality to other people, and that's key when you're talking about communication and relationships. That then leads to your reality, so things that you see, hear, feel, say to yourself. So that's what's in your head right at this very moment as I'm talking to you, and that'll be different to everyone else's. That will create an emotional state, which will then have an effect on your physiology. And all of those things will lead to a behaviour that gets you results. So if you actually want to be happy with yourself, so that you can give your best to other people and attract the best as well, then you need to get rid of your memories and experiences that are negative, or at least take the emotions away. Make sure that your values are what you want, and get some empowering beliefs, and just fully understand yourself so that you can be as happy as you can be aligned with your life, and then you'll attract people who also want to be with you. And that's in work, in business, and in relationships. So at that point, you're actually in control of your life, aren't you? You're in control of this that drives your behaviour and results. So it's not about blaming anyone else. It's not about, getting dragged back to events in the past. It's about you being in control and going where you want to go. So that's the end of the first video in this series. I've covered quite a lot, so if you want to know any more, just drop me a message. But next time we're going to talk about emotions and how you get dragged back to events in the past.